Facebook. What's up? Just going live on Instagram. I'm gonna move this. It's like my way. I was just doing some work here. Hey, what's up? We are just gonna wait a couple minutes, or I should say like whatnot. But anyway, I'm in Bali. I can show you this pool. Sorry, I'll do Instagram first because yesterday didn't work very well. Super magical. So good, right? Hey, how are you? Just going live. I'm just waiting. How are you doing? I'm just going to show Facebook. I'm on Facebook as well. So I was like, I don't know how to do this. But anyway, it's like a little jungle. But anyway, I'm just going to be sharing belief systems and belief systems that have allowed a lot of things to happen in my life. Belief systems that have allowed me to get new jobs, belief systems that have allowed me to manifest money, belief systems that have allowed me to manifest traveling, belief systems that have allowed me to manifest amazing friends, belief systems that have allowed me to manifest amazing visions, experiences, just all of it, like really all of it. I'm just going to go. Let's see when you were here. So proud of you. So good. How are you? So just like going through belief systems and just like giving this in a way that, is that Brooklyn? I didn't know if it was you. Hey, Jim, how are you? I think it is Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn, I didn't know it was you because of your name. So good that you're on here. But hey, Jim, how are you doing? But so just going through belief systems of like how I've been able to change my belief system. So good that you're on here because I'm talking about belief systems. This is going to be super good for you. So I'm just talking about belief systems. We're going to do about changing small belief systems with who you hang around with, where just little ants. Anyway, where your energy is going, where your mind is going, what feelings are coming up, what's not happening in your life, what could be happening in your life, and everything within that. So I'm going to tell a quick story because I just had this happen this morning. So this morning, within a group that I'm actually partaking in through a mentor of mine, I had kind of some feelings come up around anxiety and feelings come up around depression. They weren't mine. This is a little ant. But anyway, they weren't mine, but there was anyway a lot shared. And I was actually just in London, was it a month ago maybe? 3 weeks ago I was in London. And there's a 14-year-old I met who was suffering from feelings of anxiety. And as many of you may or may not know, I used to suffer from feelings of anxiety pretty intensely when I was working in corporate America, very intensely when I was in college, and I would always be super in my mind. I'd be focused on what's going to happen. I'd be focused on I don't know how all these things, even though I was making massive amounts of money. I was traveling the world. I was doing study abroads. I want to talk about this and then people that you surround yourself with creating this for you. So a lot of people have been messaging me saying that they wake up in the middle of the night or they have feelings of anxiety. Hey, feelings of anxiety come through at a really deep level. And if you're on Facebook, say hello. I see there's 2 people on here, but I don't know who is watching, so I want to say hello. And one thing, a couple tips I want to give with feelings of anxiety, actually 3 are feelings of I don't know how I'm going to pay my bill, or I don't know how this is going to happen, or whatever it is. First of all, money is an illusion. Money isn't real. It doesn't really exist. It's just an energy. So whatever your relationship with money is, think of it as a relationship with yourself. Money is an illusion. It's created, manufactured by people at the top that are benefiting off of even having it. So money is a complete illusion. So that's a belief system we'll go into later. But anyway, feelings of anxiety. I remember there was a time. Oh, Jennifer, I'm so happy that you're on. This is so amazing that you have been put on here if you're suffering from depression. And thanks for sharing that on here. So if you're suffering from depression or anxiety, which I used to in a lot of ways, and one way that I used to suffer from anxiety is I couldn't be late. So if there was something at a time that I was late, oh my gosh, the sun. But if there was something that I was going to be late, or if there was a feeling that I didn't know what was going to happen next, or I was overanalyzing everything, I could be oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, and I'd be shaking, I would be so bad, or I would be talking in my head over and over and over, how much this sucks, and how much I'm not good enough, and how much all these things, I would literally on repeat talk to myself this way, and it was really, really crazy. So 2 things I want to give, what has allowed me to overcome it, and in really deep ways. The first one with overcoming this is when you start feeling yourself anxious, or you don't know how you're going to pay bills, you don't know how you're going to like be happy again or whatever it is. Like the first thing to do is just close your eyes, and you want to just keep repeating to yourself, like literally on repeat, instead of feeling like, I don't know what's going to happen. You want to keep repeating, I am present. I am here. I am here. I am here. Like in this moment, like bring yourself to reality in this present moment. Because when you're having feelings of depression or anxiety, you either focus on something in the future or you focus on something in the past. You're not actually living in the present. So whenever you're feeling that super intense of the anxiety or depression is coming on, you want to sit there with yourself and bring yourself back to this current moment, this current state of being. Like, I am here. I am right here, present in this body, in this moment. I'm alive. Like, I'm grateful that I have a house. I'm grateful that I have food. I'm grateful that I have Wi-Fi, whatever it is. But you start just bringing yourself back to the present moment, realizing everything you have right in this moment. So that could be from like happiness. That could be from a relationship. That could just be food. It could be like clothes. It could be a blanket. Start thinking in a clear state again. So let me know if that makes sense. I know there's a couple of you on here that my depression is when someone in my family is having something done. Yeah, so, okay, so exactly. So when you're having depression, if someone in your family is having something done, sorry, there's an ant, I didn't want to kill it. If someone in your family is having surgery and you're feeling anxiety with that, again, you're looking into something in the future instead of being present in the moment. So bringing it back to the present moment of like something, if you're having depression or anxiety, would be, I'm so grateful I'm here in this moment that they have access to have surgery. I feel so grateful that they're able to have access to a doctor, and bringing yourself back to the current moment of gratefulness. So it's, first of all, bring yourself back to the present. Don't bring yourself to the anxiety of the future, and don't bring yourself to the anxiety of the past. You want to first embody that you're here in the moment today. Second part of this is then you want to start realizing how grateful for everything you are. So first step is always, if you're feeling anything with anxious or anxiety, bringing yourself to the present moment. Second one is then from that space saying how grateful you are. So I can give you an example actually recently. So I was in a cab. This isn't like anything crazy, but anyway, I was in a cab and I didn't have Wi-Fi for 2 hours, and I really had a lot to do with a lot of things going on, and I was feeling very anxious that I didn't have access to Wi-Fi, and I was feeling very anxious, like I didn't know what was going on, and there was like some key things going on with projects, and all I just said was, you know what? I closed my eyes, and basically what I did once I closed my eyes, I just said, I'm here. I'm so grateful that I have someone that's driving me. I'm so grateful that I'm in Bali. I'm so grateful that this is all going to be taken care of, and I'm fully supported in this process. So that's like and I kept repeating that to myself like over and over. Like it was probably like 2 minutes. Like this was just a couple days ago. Yeah, and like so it does not like this ever goes away. Like this feelings still happen, you guys. Like when you're saying like, oh, I want to be rich, or I want to have more money, or I want to do this to like solve all your problems, like the world can't give you more if you can't handle your current problems. Like if you can't change your current mindset and you can't change your current thought patterns around what you currently have, how could the world give you more? Because then it's just going to get greater into a capacity of going into these depressions and these feelings and all these things. So instead of sitting there and worrying about everything, like I said, you bring yourself to the present, you say everything you're grateful for, and you just believe, like, I'm fully supported in this process. I'm so grateful, and I believe that I'm fully supported in whatever's going on around me. And a favorite quote I just heard, actually, as long as you're acting in alignment, as long as you're acting with your truth, as long as you're acting from a place that it's really serving yourself, serving your family. I mean, not serving yourself, like using yourself to be a service of others. As long as you're acting that way, God or universe, whoever, they know when your rent's due. And they're not going to not let you not have money for rent or whatever it is, as long as you're always acting in alignment with who you really are. And that was something I just read recently about, like, God, the universe, whatever. As long as you're acting with truth, it's never going to let you not live in abundance. So I'm looking for a pen pal, Jennifer. Serious question. Yeah, Brooklyn, go on. You can ask a question. Jennifer, I'm looking for a pen pal. So yeah, I don't know exactly what a pen pal. I feel like it's good to have pen pals. I feel like a mentor or coaches are really good to do with this. So I feel like pen pals are good to have, but I feel like really you want to get something that's committed and something that's going on. You want to get like a community for yourself that allows you to create these new belief systems and catch you when you're going back into the negatives. Your belief in God or a higher power. Yeah, I believe there's a source. I don't know like what exactly. It could be like spirit, energy, anything. But yeah, I do believe there's some energy that, even if it's just energy, actually it's going to be a greater energy. I just feel there's an energy connected between all of us. But let me know if that was your question or if you're still typing because I can't see it. Anyway, Jennifer, does that help? Looking for a pen pal. I would say, like, if you're having these deep feelings of anxiety, or you're having these deep feelings of depression. Hey, Cody, so happy that you're on. We're talking about belief systems. So good that you joined. So when you're looking into that and diving deep into that around belief systems, around mindset, like if you currently don't believe you have enough, or you currently feel like you're struggling, you're going to feel that same way when you have greater amounts of money. You're going to feel that way when you have greater amounts of relationships. Like, if you feel that way now when you don't really love the relationships that you have, like you're not really loving the friends, you're not really loving like the energy that's around you. Like, and a good way to tell if you love energy is like, I believe, like, here's a great example. I believe when I wake up today that my Facebook is going to be all positive things. I believe when I wake up today, my Facebook is going to make me money. I believe today when I look at my bank account, money is going to be there. I believe when I wake up, automatically there's going to be more money and there's going to be more business opportunities. I believe automatically when I look at my email, it creates more opportunities for me. I go on and on and on, but these are just belief systems, you guys, that I repeat to myself over and over and over and over. Like, even like one that I've, Brooklyn. Okay, sweet. I love it. Awesome. I'm happy you get it, Brooklyn. And yeah, like, I don't feel like it needs to be at this higher source of like, it doesn't need to be like, oh my gosh, there's something so much greater, and like, I need to go like pray and worship. Like, no, it doesn't need to be that. Like, it just should be fun. Like, I don't have like a religious thing that I do. Like, you know, I just have fun. Like, I believe in here's a new belief. I believe the more I have fun, the more money I make. I believe the more money I make, the more money I make. I believe the more times I get on planes, then I receive more money. Like, I believe that when I choose to work out because it's fun, that I lose more weight. I believe that when I eat sugar, that I lose weight because it felt really good to eat it. I believe whenever I allow myself to feel good, that everything else happens automatically. Staying positive and loving life as it is. Exactly, yeah, because if you don't love life now, and if you're not content where you are now, like if anyone's not content now with where their money is, with where their belief system is, if where their relationships are, if wherever it is, like if that's your belief and you're like not happy with it where it is now, how can the world give you more? Because when you get more, you're just gonna have more problems. Like, I don't want to say more problems, but like the more that you grow and the more that you expand, the more responsibility you take on, like the more that you're showing up in a greater capacity to be available. And so I feel like a big thing with belief systems is like choosing to believe everything can happen right now and it's available for you, but choosing to believe that it's all already perfect in this moment. Let me know if that makes sense. Thanks. You're awesome, Brooklyn. I believe when I wake up, God is going to be with me. Great. I love that belief, Jennifer. That is a great one. Yeah, like literally, like when you wake up, and I just had someone too, and they were saying like they wake up in the middle of the night and they're really having anxiety around like money, or there's different things. Like I had someone say recently they got out of a really bad relationship, and they were having like really deep feelings of anxiety of like maybe the guy showing up or things like this. And, you know, in that space of like when that's happening, like I believe I'm fully supporting this greater process. I believe, like, here's an example. I just had a situation in Malta where I was in Malta and this guy was like, oh, like I'll take you to dinner and like show you the locals. And I was like, awesome, sure, great. So I went out to dinner with this guy, like no it said like nothing, just friends, like didn't want anything. Made it really clear. And what do you know, like in the moment he pulls over to the side of the road and I'm like, oh, it's like off the road. I'm like, crap, is this my moment? And, you know, and is this like all going to go down for me? Like, it's just going to be like so awful. But in this moment I was like, oh, I catch myself. He's like, you know what? I was like, I believe that this is a greater purpose. Like, I believe I'm fully supported. I believe nothing's going to happen to me. I believe I carry such a great light that this isn't going to happen. I believe like just nothing's going to happen. Like, I kept saying that in my head, even though like the situation around me wasn't ideal. And like he was trying to pressure and these things, and I didn't want things and like all this, but I was like just in my space, like saying my grounds, like, no, I don't want this. And I kept saying verbatim in my head, like, I believe this is this, and I believe, you know, this is not going to impact me in this greater way. And I kept repeating that to myself. And even though it was a scary situation, I kept just stating my beliefs, and nothing happened. And it ended up happening. The guy like started crying because he didn't know how to like be masculine and like show all these things, and he was like trying to overpower himself because he thought that's like the way to get girls and all these things, and it went to this like, really deep conversation. But again, it was just a simple belief system that I sat there and was like, I believe blah blah blah, I believe this and this and that. But like, you guys, if I was acting in a way as of today that like I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how this is gonna happen, or I don't know this, like if I was in that way, like of course what would happen with my belief system when I'm in a situation like that. I wouldn't be able to show up and be there and show up in a way to really help and be of service to, I feel like, the males that are going on right now of showing up in a way that's servicing them to really be themselves and seeing that this masculine control is not really what is getting girls. So that was like something I thought I'd share with you guys as well, just a belief system of like, if you can't believe now in something, like what are you going to do in an intense situation like that? And the more responsibility you carry and the more you step up and the more you level yourself, the more light you carry, the more you're opening yourself to people to come to you and want to share your energy and belief system. So it's like you have to be really stable in that ground and really stable with your beliefs. So another belief that I use a lot as well is once I start to think something, I believe it's going to become my reality. So if I think, like this actually just happened, if I read my Bible, would it help? Yeah, it could. Like I don't like I would say like Jennifer, I don't know like exactly what where you're at in yours, like where you're at in your journey. If you feel your reading your Bible would help you, then definitely I would suggest that. Like for me, I don't feel reading a Bible would help, but I feel that I don't feel reading a Bible would help, but I feel that like for me, like going out and doing yoga helps a lot, or me doing meditation, like that helps me with my connection. But I feel like everyone has their own unique way to connect and to learn. Cody, yeah, he did learn a lot that way. And he was like bawling, like after this guy had that happen, like he was like bawling of like, I'm so sorry. And I didn't know these things, but it's like, you know, it was a belief system that I chose. And if I can't show up today in a belief system of like, oh, I don't know, I don't have money, or, oh, I don't, I'm traveling all alone, and oh, I don't have a relationship, or I was doing all these things. Like I don't ever think those things, but if I was thinking that way, then how would I be able to show up in that type of situation to help the world be better and like help the world be in a better place? And I feel like each of us, if we're connected on here, each person truly cares about making the world a better place through your own gifts. And everyone has gifts. Like mine is like spreading love and positivity, but I feel everyone has gifts. And you know, I believe everyone has gifts, and I believe that from the core of me. Is I believe that you have a gift that no one else has. I believe that your own personal brand allows you to be in the best place. I believe that up-leveling yourself in every way allows a vibration to be, or allows humanity to be better. I believe that your message that you have, I believe that whatever it is you want to share, whatever your life journey is, whether that's you're a mom, you're a dad, you're an engineer, you're a doctor, like I believe whatever it is, you have a special gift that allows you to function in society to help the world be a better place. And I believe that once you tap into this, it's your responsibility to then share that with the world, because there's people that are waiting for you to show up. There's people that are wanting you to help them. Like I had a friend actually that I was helping, or a client, I should say, I was helping, and she is a mom, and there wasn't any moms group, or she didn't have anything, and she's like, I really want to have, she's like a younger mom, and she's like, I really wanted to have friends who are moms, but none of my friends are moms. So she created a moms group that was again in her place, and like now she's able to go to that, and she has like this Facebook group that like people post in all these questions and all these things, and it's like she really used that gift of being a younger mom to now create this space for other people to like co-create and have these new beliefs about like it doesn't have to be hard, it can be easy, there's like a lot of things that you guys could do together and be fun. And I feel this is a way of like, it's just a belief system. It's all a belief system. And like, I am a godmother. Yes, I love that. Exactly. And like, then what do you do to embody a godmother? Like, what do you do to embody the goddess? What do you do to embody the light being? So I love that. And then let's see. Sorry, Brooklyn. I personally believe the following positive vibes as well is just doing the right thing without reading a book telling you what's right and wrong. Rather, you're worthy enough to land in. Yeah, exactly. And that's your belief. And I feel like that's great. Like, I feel like everyone has I'm in the belief system that everyone has their own, is allowed their own beliefs. And maybe for Jennifer, she's on Facebook, you're not, but she was saying the Bible. Maybe for you, yeah, it's not the Bible. Like for me, I believe it's meditation. So I believe it doesn't matter what it is. I just believe it matters you do something to commit to yourself and to believe in yourself. And I feel that's the biggest thing is like believe in yourself. Like I choose to believe in myself. And how do you show up to believe in yourself? Like what does that look like for you? And writing that down, and how does that feel? And all those things. And I feel like that's really important. So that was another belief system that really changed my life. So I talked about anxiety and depression belief systems that changed, also with businesses that changed. Oh my God, so happy that you're joining. How are you doing? I love you. That was another one on the doing belief systems on growing my business. So for people maybe also who are watching this, like how do I grow my business? Let's talk about that. So, or even if it's not business, it's just say your personal brand or your personal development. So personal development, I feel like business kind of go hand in hand because it's all connected, right? So I'm really expanding my business. And when I was expanding my business, I was hiring employees, and I started back in like January with employees. But anyway, I had to let some people go, and I hired some new people. And anyway, you could be in this belief system of like, it's going to be really hard. Like, I don't know how I'm going to find these people. It's going to be in this really hard space to like get people that align with me. And I'm in this crazy belief system, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, you could be in that space of like thinking like, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really this. It's going to be, I have to overcome all these things. Or you could be in the belief system. I believe it's going to be really easy to find great employees. I believe it's really easy to invest in myself. I believe it's really easy to grow myself. I believe it's really fun to journal. I believe that it's really fun to see where I can have more fun in my life. I believe it's really fun to stop thinking so much and to start doing what feels better. Great example of like looking at your calendar. So write out your calendar of like what you do consistently, like when you're in rush hour, when you're going to the grocery store, when you're working out, all these things. So do that as a calendar, write that out. Next to write out what you do consistently. Do that for a whole week. Then next to that, write out how you feel each of those times when you're doing those consistent things. And okay, so now look at the life that you're creating. You're saying like, this is what I want to believe, this is what I'm doing, but like, let's look at the reality of what you're actually doing. That's a great tip to do with your calendars. Like look at what you're consistently doing, how you're feeling when you're doing those things, and then your belief systems around that. Hey, Michelle, how are you? So would it help to talk to a counselor? Jennifer, I'm not really sure. Like, I feel like it has to do with like what feels good. Like I truly don't like going to counselors and therapists. I feel that they, a lot of it's been focused on getting to the root problem, when I believe that I think it's good to focus on problems, but I feel like it's much better to focus on solutions. It's much more empowering to focus on solutions. When I was overcoming Cancer Survivors Guild and some of the things, yeah, like I did go to therapist, but I don't ever feel it really helped in the capacity of going to like a coach or someone that focuses on more positive things. Because again, back to like focusing on the negative versus positive, like I believe the more I focus on the positive, that the more my life is going to flourish. So, or like, you know, expand. So it's really a belief system. And I feel like it's such a personal decision on if you go to a mentor or a coach or a therapist. Like it's really up to you, but I just feel you have to go with someone who really aligns and someone who you feel is really going to help you overcome things in your life to really live in a belief system of complete happiness. And let me see if there's anything else I was going to share. So, businesses, yeah, and just growing, and even if you want to have like new friends, you're like, why don't I have positive people? Like, truly, you guys, I don't know what you guys and your friends talk about, but me and my friends like talk about vision or like passions, and like I don't know, like I really don't know what most people talk about, but like I'm thoroughly enjoying your motivational passion. Well, yes, I love it, and you're a great example. I should tell Michelle, I'm going to tell her story. So I met Michelle, who's on here, and we were actually in Auckland, New Zealand. It was like, and this is a belief system, you guys. I met Michelle right after I was to New Zealand, like within days maybe, and I was looking for a job, and I was like all worried, like, oh my God, I'm not going to find a job. And it was like 2 weeks since I just got to a brand new country, and Michelle was going to help me get a job if I didn't, if I didn't get this other job that I got. And so Michelle and I were talking, but anyway, when Michelle and I met up, like she also had cancer and she just had an amazing baby, which is so amazing and recovering, but it's a belief system. Like, and she believed to get better and believed to live in more positivity and all these things. And I feel when I was with Michelle, like one thing we met up, but we chose to talk about like, what are we doing with the world and my business and what she's doing and where she wants to go and having a baby and her husband and all these things. Like it's a belief system. Like it's truly like believing like, that was a relationship those are relationships that I choose to call in. Those are relationships that I believe that I deserve. Those are relationships that I believe to call in. And then that becomes my reality. So I don't believe in relationships where you sit there and like, how are you doing? What's weird? Like, no, let's talk about like deep things. Let's talk about your life. Let's talk about things on the greatest capacity level that allow you to grow to the next dimension, allow you to grow and expand to like where you want to be. And I believe that those are the only relationships I have. So that is my reality. Like, I don't just talk about like, how's your day? Like, I talk about visions. I talk about like families and what we're doing to make an impact in the world and be more positive and be more loving. And I believe that that's what I do. So I believe that that's the only thing that occurs in my life. And that is my reality. Let me see, Felicia, I can say I had a hard time believing myself being a model could be a cool, dark place, but I have a great mom that inspires me. Happy I came across your page. Yeah, Felicia, awesome. I'm so happy that you came across as well and you're able to join. Counselors are pill pushers. I wouldn't say all counselors. So again, like I feel like that's saying like what's putting something in there, Jennifer, that's like very intense. Like that they're all like I would just say that I believe in my personal development, and I believe that focusing on the positive allows me to manifest more things in the world. So maybe it's through a counselor, maybe it's through a coach, maybe it's through a mentor. Like just depends like what your service or what you're looking for and like who you align with. So it's all a belief system, right? Like if you're looking for assistance, and like I believe that I'm looking for assistance from someone to help me release these feelings of depression, to go into a greater capacity to live with bliss, and from that area someone's going to show up in your life. So it's all a belief system. And like I said, like the thoughts, like I believe like whatever I think becomes my reality. So if I'm thinking negative things, that's going to become my reality. If I'm thinking positive things, then that's going to become my reality. So an example, I could be really stressed out of like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to get to the airport, or I don't know how, well, I do know how I'm getting to the airport. So let's not, let's say, I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch today because I've been whatever. I don't know if I should walk. I don't know, like all these things. And I could be thinking that, right? And I could be like, oh, I don't know where I'm going to find it or how this food's going to be. Like, am I going to like it? And I could go into all this, right? But instead, I'm going to be like, oh, you know what? It felt so good that I was so lost in my vision and so lost in my commitment to my work that I was spreading love and positivity till 2 p.m. Totally forgot that my body wasn't even hungry, and I believe now that since I am hungry, I'm going to find this amazing food, and I'm going to find this amazing place to have the most amazing food, and that's a belief system, right? So, and that's probably going to occur now because I started thinking that way, so I believe that's going to be my reality. So probably when I'm done with this, now somehow I'm going to go find random food, or it's going to like pop up. So it's a belief system. I believe whatever I think becomes true. So that's another one I would say that's really good. That's transformed my life a lot. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, guys. Like I really just want to serve you girls and guys that's on here. Another one, I'll say my last one before I go. Another belief system that's really helped a lot is, besides I am here and all this, another belief system that's really helped a lot with me is that believing I am one. So every area of my life is one. So like there is no like 9 to 5. There is no like morning routine or night routine, or like I have to brush my teeth, or like, I mean, I do brush my teeth, but I'm saying like this is the right time and all these things. Like there is no like that, like it's all one lifestyle, right? Like whatever just feels good, like coming from that place. And then like when you come from a place of like that feels good, and that is like just one life. It's no like segregation. There's no like separation. There's no like this or that. Like it's just like one complete divine life. And when you come from that place where everything's one, instead of like segregating your life of like family life, home life, work life, all these things, it's just like one life. That's when everything gets to show up like as one capacity, and you don't feel like you're a million people trying to do a million things. But you just feel like you're one person in the world creating the impact that you want to create. So that's a belief system I always do too. It's like, is this creating more oneness in my life? Is this creating more synchronicity? Is this creating more flow in my life? And when I come from that place of like, I believe this is all going to be one great life, instead of like, oh, I'm going to be a dad and a sister and a mom and a this, like all these things. Like I'm just going to believe I'm one human doing all of it in the world. And I believe that since I'm just one person, everything comes to me in a greater capacity, because I'm choosing to believe that since I'm acting and moving with oneness, that it all happens in the greatest capacity. And so when you come from that belief system too, like I am one human, like either like maybe, oh, today I didn't feel good, or today I'm going to work out, or today I want to be this, like I get to be all of it all the time. And I believe that. And so that's when opportunities get to come in such a greater capacity, in such a greater way. And when you just believe like everything moves with oneness, everything is oneness. You are one with everything in the world. And it's not like compartmentalizing yourself into different areas of your life. Or like right now I'm like American, but then I'm from New Zealand, and then I'm in Bali, or all these things. Like, hey, how are you, Toon? I'm just talking about belief systems and moving in oneness. So good. Yeah. I love it. But yeah, belief system has really helped me a lot too. It's just like moving in complete oneness. So like I believe like, you know, instead of like I own a business, or I believe this, like I believe it's a lifestyle business. I believe that I get to make more streams of income. I believe that I get to make new programs, and I believe that from these new programs I get to move in more oneness. I'm going to create more divine synchronicity in my life that allows me to be free, and allows me to flow, and allows me to move in the greatest capacities. Just a belief system. And the more you believe that you're one person, you're one being, like all of it is one great lifestyle, the more everything shows up. And instead of being like, oh, this is my gym life, and this is my home life, and this is my marriage life, and this is my travel life, like no, it's just like I get to have it all the time, and it's all available to me to be one lifestyle at one place at any choice that you get. So just wanted to share that with you guys of the belief systems. So I covered a lot, so I'll just recap all of it. So I covered overcoming belief systems of feelings of anxiety and depression, feelings of personal development and growth, feelings of if you want more but you're not happy in the now, how can you believe to start you already having enough now, belief systems of money, So how to believe that you already have enough money, and then to then expand that to greater levels, and then belief system, and how to move with more oneness. So I'm so good, RJ. How are you? Oh, so good that you joined Tune. I'm so happy. So yeah, so it's just one life, you guys. And the more that you realize it's oneness, the more opportunities that will flow to you. Exactly, yeah. And I believe, I said, like, a great belief system I have is I believe whatever I think becomes reality. So one thing I'm saying is I believe every time I look at Facebook, more business opportunities happen. I believe that every time I look at Facebook, I'm connected with more extraordinary people. I believe that every time I look at my bank account, it grows automatically. I believe that every time I look at my bank account, I'm so happy. And I believe all of these things. And guess what, you guys? That becomes my reality, because I believe all my thoughts because of my reality. And just like I said, like, right now I haven't had lunch yet, but I'm going to go have lunch. And I believe, I could be worried about it, but I'm going to believe, I know I'm going to have the most amazing lunch in the world. I know that I'm going to have the, oneness is everything. Like, it's one lifestyle. Like, everything you should be doing to move towards oneness. So that's amazing that you're a transformation coach. So I'm a transformation coach with oneness. So good. And it's greater levels of oneness, right? And if any of this like dives deep into with any of you, I have different programs and different things that I do that allow you to dive deep into this at different levels of mindset and energy work. But I'm really here to serve you guys, and I really want you to like have this beautiful life that I've created, and I really want to share the growth I've had. And all these belief systems, they've helped change my life a lot. And even like with men and female, like there is no man and female, right? Like, we're just humans. There's masculine and feminine. So people act in the masculine and feminine, and their body may look a little bit different, but really we're all just humans. So that's like another way just to leave it. Yeah, send you guys lots of love. And if you watch this and have any questions on the replay, let me know. Here to serve you guys, here to help you with your belief systems. I want to shift them for you, because really when you change your belief systems, your problems change. When your problems change, your problems become opportunities. And when your opportunities are always surrounding you, you're able to maximize in every area of your life. So sending you lots and lots of love. Have a most amazing, beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world. And remember, you hold the light within to embody we are one.